How is music playing? I didn't know it could play while I had a video recording. I'm thinking about how to word this. Down syndrome is a missing chromosome, right?
Missing or extra, something like that.
Do what?
Missing or extra, something like that.
Oh. Because I was wondering if that would be... I feel like I've only seen fat Down syndrome people. Like, I've only seen people who have Down syndrome are typically heavier.
There's a bunch of Down syndrome bodybuilders.
See, and I can think of one girl who they're sisters, and one of them has Down syndrome, and they post like their workout. But even then, she's still heavier. She's not fat, but so I didn't know if that was connected to like a thyroid thing, maybe, or if it's, I don't know, whatever else could cause like to genuinely hold on to more weight, because her sister is super skinny.
They probably just don't give a fuck what they eat.
Yeah.
But there's Down syndrome bodybuilders.
Yeah, but even like the kids I have seen with Down syndrome are typically heavier. I haven't seen a true bodybuilder that was fat.
I've never noticed that they were fat in my entire life. And I know a lot of kids with Down syndrome.
So maybe it just so happens the people I've interacted with.
Most of the people with Down syndrome I've seen are not... They have average builds. They're not fat.
Oh.
Being skinny in America is usually seen as good genetics. If you eat like an American and you're skinny, you have good genetics, or a high metabolism, or you are insanely active. Like, I mean, how are they going to be... Imagine if they can't go outside on their own and they have 2 full-time working parents. Now, not all Down syndrome people don't go outside on their own, but say like they are to the point where they can't go anywhere on their own. They need a full-time person with them at all times. If that person's heavy, what do you think the fucking Down syndrome person's going to be?
Yeah.
It's like saying, I noticed a lot of American kids are fat. Yeah, no shit, because their parents are fat.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. Oh, you remember the couple I said they have a Belgian Malinois? Or at least I know the lady. I assume the other dude is the boyfriend, but I could be totally wrong.
Okay.
I was talking to her this morning. I was sitting down eating breakfast, and she came and like sat with me and was talking to me for a little bit. And she said that, so she brought him in the other day, and he was like, he's a year old, and he was clearly like, he's a big boy. I'm sure you can imagine. He's a big boy. I saw him.
A Belgian Malinois is not that big of a dog.
Bigger than our dogs.
A Belgian Malinois is like the size of a German Shepherd.
Whatever.
Are you sure it was a Belgian Malinois?
I'm fairly certain that's what she said in one of our first conversations.
They're the size of a German Shepherd.
Yeah. That's bigger than our dogs.
I guess if you... Yeah, a little bit. Not like absurdly larger than our dogs.
Anyway, she brought him in, and I said hi to him. And he was super, like, hyper and all over the place. And then today when she sat down and talked to me, she was like, so we're sending him to boarding. And I was like, what do you mean? And so, because she had talked about, they had a trainer previously, and they have like one more training session, but the trainer was like, I don't know what else to teach him. He knows basic commands, so do you want me to do something else? And she was like, isn't that your job to tell me what he's supposed to be able to do? And so she just didn't go back to the trainer. But then I guess she brought him in, and she said like the way he acted when she brought him in was like too much, because he's also 1 year old, so he's essentially a big old puppy.
So it's a Belgian Malinois.
Yeah, and so he was super
the most
excited.
Active dog on the planet.
Yeah, he was super excited and just like kind of pulling her around, saying hi to people.
Those are competition dogs that are known for scaling 20-foot walls.
Well, yeah, but so she was like,
the fuck did you get a Belgian Malinois for if you don't know how to train a dog?
So she's sending them to boarding for 2 weeks where they're gonna train them, and they're like, they've trained service dogs and they've trained this or that.
They're going to train him, and are you going with them or no? Because if you don't go with them, then what the fuck? The second he comes home, he's going to go back and do his normal routine.
He's going to know what he can get away with, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I hate people that get dogs and they don't know how to train their dogs. Like, you can get a fucking golden retriever if you want a dog and you don't know how to train a dog. Or a little ass
little,
fucking
like,
dog.
ditzy thing, yeah.
But don't get a fucking Belgian Malinois or a goddamn pit bull, or a fucking boar bull, or a fucking one of these big fucking, oh yeah, let me get a fucking Kangal because it looked cool on the internet.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, a Kangal is raised to fight wolves and protect the fucking lambs from the wolves, and you're out here with a fucking Kangal in your goddamn 1,200 square foot fucking house.
I will say, at least she's trying. Like, she took him in public and was like, okay, that was a bit much, and is sending him to boarding, but I hope she does implement it, yes.
Well, she was dumb to get that dog. And from the sounds of it, she ain't had many dogs.
Oh, I have no idea. We didn't talk about previous
If you're sending your dog to boarding, I imagine you ain't had that many dogs. Or if you did have a dog, it was like, yeah, we had a family pet, and it was a
that's true.
Fucking snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle. Basically trained himself.
Yeah. Shit, whatever fucking, what was Gus? A goddamn...
He was a...
Schnauzer or some shit?
Terrier, Schnauzer, Shih Tzu.
Yeah, some fucking little ass dog that's just...
Yeah.
Chilling out, like, yo, no.
This morning I was walking the dogs, and there was this dad and his son, and they were walking to, I don't know, little, like, one of them looked like a little Chihuahua something, and one of them looked like a little terrier something. And I let them, like, go ahead of the stairs in front of us and everything, and we got out, but they were still around the corner. And I stopped my girl short, and they just went to the bathroom or whatever. But then you start hearing his dogs start barking around the bush and, like, pulling on him. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, 4 pounds of fierce around the corner. And I was like, right, you're good. And just staying in these hotels is making me dislike little dogs more and more. Because if my dogs were doing that...
The thing is that little dogs, the owners don't fucking train them because they know it's not a problem.
Yeah.
See, but if you had a big dog going crazy, everybody's going to call people on you. And so then you have to train them. Or if fucking a mistake happens, that dog gets away from you, fucking attacks somebody, and you don't have the dog anymore. Uh-huh. But with a little dog, it's never a problem. But then people always get bit by little dogs. Like, they always talk about, oh, pit bulls are the number one fucking... to bite people. No, they're not. That statistic is false. That statistic is false in so many different ways. One, bites are self-reported. So not only does that mean that you have to report the bite, which means it has to be a bad enough bite that you felt you had to report it. Because if you fucking get bit by a Chihuahua, yeah, it's just gonna hurt, but are you gonna report it?
Like
probably not. It's a fucking little dog. Literally, I watched Lucy fucking bite a kid at one of the birthday parties. Did anybody say nothing? No.
Yeah.
But if it was a fucking pit bull, yeah, of course, because that bitch's foot would have been gone. But the thing is, one, you have to report it, so it has to be bad enough. A Chihuahua's bite isn't usually bad enough. Two, people don't even know what the fuck a pit bull is. If you show a person a picture of a terrier, or not a terrier, because the terrier mixes. If you show them a pit bull versus a terrier versus some type of Rottweiler mix versus all this shit, I guarantee you they'd get like 10% of them right, and they'd be like, yeah, that's a pit bull. They would be wrong most of the time. So you don't even know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So you have to assume that they're able to accurately say what the dog was, one. And two, you have to assume that they report all bites at an equal level, which they don't. But also, the other problem is everybody, like poor people like pit bulls, and then they treat them like shit, and then the pit bull becomes violent. But that's any dog, really.
And pit bulls weren't
Pit bulls
they
are just
also
a common American dog.
Overbred, like especially in Los Angeles, for fighting?
I don't know if it was in LA, but yeah.
Because if you go to an LA shelter, it looks a lot different than the shelters out here.
I mean, the shelters back home are full of pit bulls too.
Yeah.
You also got to think that most dogs are just mutts anyways when you get them from a shelter. And a pit bull is a very dominant trait.
Yeah.
Most dogs, our dogs look most like pit bulls. They're probably like fucking 20% pit bull.
Yeah.
If they even have any pit bull in them. But they look like pit bulls. If they bit somebody, they say, "Oh, pit bull bit me." That is not a fucking pit bull. That is basically a black lab.
Yeah, some people, very few people will be like, "Oh, they kind of look like a lab, but like not really. What are they mixed with?"
Yeah, because they have pit bull is a dominant feature.
Yeah.
That's just like seeing a mixed dude and being like, "Yeah, a black dude robbed me." No, a partially black dude robbed me.
Jesus Christ.
It's just a dominant feature, and so every mutt is automatically called a goddamn pit bull. Honestly, I feel like dog attacks are rare as fuck anyways. I mean, maybe I'm just never seen it and I have a skewed look, but I feel like it's rare as fuck to see, for a dog to attack somebody. I'm sure it happens.
Define attack. Like a bite, or like they go out of their way to like rip skin?
Well, first off, anytime a dog, most of the time when a dog bites you, it gives off warning signs first, and then the bite is usually like a quick bite, not like an actual attack.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like a dog biting somebody is rare.
Yeah, I feel like the only like dog attacks I hear of is when people get involved in a dog fight. And then it's like, no, you stuck your hand where their mouths were already snapping. And then it's like, yeah, because
if you can't fucking separate two dogs, maybe you shouldn't have a dog.
Yeah.
Or maybe you shouldn't involve yourself in the dog fight. Let the dog handle it. But that's the crazy thing is like small little 130-pound women want to have fucking 60-pound fucking goddamn pit bulls or fucking Belgian Malinois or German Shepherds or fucking... You got a 60-pound dog, lady, you can't even fucking curl 60 pounds. If that 60-pound dog tries to attack another dog, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Nothing. You know how strong a 60-pound dog is in comparison to a human?
Yeah.
That motherfucker will kill you trying to rip apart two 60-pound dogs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even necessarily do that. And if I did, I would have to beat the fucking living shit out of that dog. It wouldn't be, there'd be zero part of me that would be able to control and calmly put the dog away. I'd have to beat the fucking brakes off of it. Because I'd have to go all out for me to even try and calm that dog down. I'm not going to be able to like fucking... Yeah, I can't like... It's the difference between breaking up a fight between two fucking 120-pound women. You can, calmly fucking control them and lightly put them on the ground English. And hold them down. Well, that is not what I meant.
Well, I meant like you can talk to them versus a dog is just like in like attack
That's
mode.
not even always true if they're fighting.
Oh, I guess.
What the fuck is talking going to do? If two bitches are fucking going at each other, there is no fucking talking.
Yeah.
You pick the girl up, lightly put her on the ground, hold her down. See, I could do that to a 120-pound woman. Go ahead and try and do that to a fucking 60-pound dog.
Yeah.
That motherfucker has claws and fangs. He is designed to rip shit and kill shit. Like, you have to beat the brakes out of him. Did you see that video I sent you where he was feeding his pit bull and he was like petting it? It was like a baby. He was petting it and it started growling. He fucking lifted it up.
Yeah, he like snatched it up.
And the pit bull was just like...
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And the one in the background was like, oh shit.
Yep. I did see that.
Selena and Diana have never done that. I literally would put my hand over their food and they'd look at me like, hello?
They're just like, what are you doing?
Okay.
They're not resource guarding at all. And even then, like, people will say, oh, my dog doesn't resource guard, and then show videos of their dog resource guarding, like, their bed or their human or anything. Our dogs don't do that. They don't have an aggressive bone at all.
I don't know if the dogs have even ever barked at me.
That's who I think the boyfriend is. Because he coincidentally has a Belgian Malinois.
I don't even think the dogs have ever barked at me. They definitely never growled at me, but I don't think they've even ever barked at me.
I've heard them growl maybe once. I've heard them bark a handful of times if it's like a sound they don't know. But literally could probably count on one hand how many times they've barked in the 4 years we've had them.
Yeah.
I think the one time they growled, it was something in the hotel, and it like genuinely freaked me out because I was like, where did that come from?
I want a big scary dog, but you have to train that dog every day, around the clock.
Yeah.
You got to do. If you have a big scary dog, you have to train them like you're going. Like you go to the gym, they need to go to the gym. Like, also the other thing with a big scary dog, you should have them everywhere you go. Like, they should go everywhere with you. They should not be sitting at the house. Also, they should not even be in your house, to be honest. They should be in the field. But they should probably go if it depends on what type of big scary dog you want. Do you want a big scary dog that's a field hand that just is out there to, like, let's say you have chickens and protect your chickens?
Yeah.
Then he should stay in the field. Maybe he gets to sleep in the garage during a thunderstorm, but he needs to stay in the field. He doesn't even need to go in the house. But if you want a big scary dog that's like a family protector, it needs to go everywhere you go.
Everywhere, yeah. From the time it's a puppy.
If you're at the fucking movie theaters, if you're wherever, because it needs to be very, very used to people.
Yeah.
It needs to understand what is a normal reaction from people, and it needs to also know how to listen to commands very well and very quickly. If you say stop and it doesn't stop for like 10 seconds, that's the difference between someone getting bit or someone getting killed.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about personal defense, there's very small split-second decisions that could cause you to go from self-defense to you're going to jail for murder.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a fight and the dude drops the knife and you shoot him anyways, well, now you're going to jail for murder. So that dog has to listen quickly, or you're probably going to jail and the dog is probably dying. But I would never, ever, ever, ever suggest someone use a dog as self-defense. Never. Because that's just not an intelligent thing to do. Now, you can use your dog as a means to, like,
warning, scare
people, but when it actually comes to the person that's actually approaching you, just shoot the motherfucker. Do not, because if the dog does attack that person and kill that person, that dog is being put to death.
Getting put down, yeah.
That gun's not gonna fucking go anywhere. You're not gonna go to jail if it was in self-defense, but if that dog kills somebody, it's going to be killed. And now your dog is getting killed because it protected you. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Use the dog to scare the person off. If they keep approaching you, shoot that motherfucker. I'm not letting my dog go at that person. I'm shooting you and killing you. I used the dog to warn you. You still wanted to approach? Well, now you get the 9mm. You thought the dog was going to bite you. Nope, I'm putting 5 rounds through your chest. I'm going to read fucking calligraphy through your chest.
Read calligraphy through?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Like the thing the blind people read?
That's not calligraphy.
Oh, whatever it's called.
That's Braille.
Oh,
calligraphy is cursive. That's why I was so confused.
Yeah, that. Big ass car. Goddamn, how many old people you gonna put in one car? Oh,
that's the same old lady.
Oh, is she? Is she getting in that car?
There's some event.
God damn, there's like 3 old bitches in this car.
There were like 12 this
old
morning
out here.
at breakfast. They were all talking to each other across the tables.
With all their fucking money and all this retirement shit. Fuck you people.
How dare they? What?
Well, I wouldn't be as mad if, like, we were coming up in the same situation.
Mm.
Like, if we had the outlook they had, like, if I could retire off $2 million in America, if I could retire off $2 million in America, then shit, fuck it, I'm good. I ain't that mad. But the fact that I need like 10, it's like, yo, why did you fuck us up so bad? Why are you printing so much money? Turn the printer off, Jerome Powell. Well, it's not Jerome Powell anymore, it's the other guy. The new guy. I don't know his name yet.
I don't.
You don't even understand politics and or finances, so.
Well, barely. I assume that you're talking about the head of the department.
That's the one. The head of the department.
Of the money department.
Federal Reserve.
That's the word I was looking for. I could think of reserve or like the RR, but I couldn't put the whole...
Money printer go brrr. That's why Bitcoin was supposed to be good and Bitcoin's failing, so... Well, I guess you never know.
Is it failing? Or is it just
It's
dropping?
fucking like down more than 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Although that shit happens in Bitcoin and they call it a cycle and then it's supposed to go back up. Is it going to go back up? I don't know.
Is this its first major down?
No, Sharon.
Oh.
It goes down every 4 years. It's literally called the 4-year cycle. It goes up for 3 years, then down for 1, then up for 3, then down for 1. The only reason I didn't buy in is because even if that cycle is true, it goes down, up for 3, down for 1, up for 3, down for 1. Every time it's gotten shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So I don't really want to buy into something that like the last time it went up was like 60% over 3 years. I mean, technically it's still better than S&P 500, which is like 30% over 3 years. But if it goes to 30% over 3 years, which is probably what it will do the next time, then what the fuck is the point? Because then I have to face a super far downturn that the S&P 500 doesn't normally have to face. So it was good if you bought it early. What's crazy is most people don't even understand basic finances, much less if we start talking about the head of the Federal Reserve or the fucking the this or the that, or how inflation works. What is CPI? What is debasement? What is this? Like, people like just don't understand finances at all. Most people don't even understand what the fuck a credit card really is and how it works. So much less fucking trying to teach them actual finances, like what it means, what each quarter is, what do they call it? Financial easing? What do they call it? No. Quantum easing? No. What do they call it? Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Either way, but when like the reason we print money, how printing money affects the government or the cost of the dollar, the price of the purchasing power of the dollar, shit like that. Like people don't even understand basically how to save money. People don't even understand how a 401k works. People still tell me all the time that a 401k is a scam. Okay, I don't. What about it is a scam exactly?
Well,
I'd put my whole fucking paycheck in there if they let me.
Yeah, I know you would.
I would live on like pennies and just put everything into the 401k. I mean, right now they are scamming the 401k with fucking like OpenAI and goddamn SpaceX, but that's the 401k itself is not the scam.
How are they scamming with OpenAI?
No, they just fucking made up a bunch of new rules so that all of the fucking all of the index funds have to buy OpenAI and SpaceX.
Oh.
They wouldn't have been able to before because there were certain rules. I can't remember exactly what the rules were, but there's certain rules that made it so SpaceX and OpenAI and other companies, Anthropic, shit like that, didn't qualify to be bought by an index fund. But then the second they went public, they changed all those rules and then they had to buy them. Why? Well, probably because they ran out of money. Because for the longest time, they're doing that circular finance shit between all the AI companies, and that's why everybody's worried about the AI bubble. See, saying shit like this doesn't even make sense to like 90% of the population. Most people don't even understand what the fuck AI is. Dude, this country is so cursed. I don't even know if it's a country. You know what I really want? Let's go back to taking over Tennessee, okay?
Okay.
My other thought is, what if all the smart people just decided to just be like, hey, all of you dumb fucking idiots who we hate so much. I don't actually know. See, I think this way. I don't know that the other smart people think this way. I don't know if other smart people think that dumb people are annoying. Because like me, like I feel like most fit, intelligent people think that dumb fat people are fucking annoying. But then you hear people like Mike Israetel be like, we don't judge you in the gym. Who is we? I judge the fuck out of you. When you're fat, ugly, and stupid, I don't want you anywhere near me. No part of me is like, oh, you're just starting on your journey. No, you're fat, ugly, and stupid. But maybe that's because I'm 24 and I'm not like, I didn't start this at like 35. But like, I don't like fat, dumb, stupid people.
See, I'm okay being like, I will be like, yes, I judge you. But I also understand if you're just starting. Like, everyone has to start somewhere. So I'm kind of like in the middle.
I mean, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just in my head like, you're fucking disgusting. But okay, who cares if you're sick? But either way, but back to this point.
Oh, Tennessee.
Not necessarily Tennessee, but if all the smart people, right, just were like, we're going to leave and we're going to start our own thing in fucking this island in the middle of nowhere, and we're only going to have the smart people here, Wouldn't that just
Eugenics.
be better? I 1000% believe in eugenics, and no one can prove that I'm wrong, to be honest. I mean, genuinely, that is the biggest argument. Oh, that guy does work with me. Damn, his kids are fat as fuck. But, I 100% believe in eugenics, to be honest with you. I think that not all people should be allowed to have children. That's just true.
What's the actual definition of eugenics?
don't
Before I
fucking
continue
know.
this
I just
conversation.
think, it's that you want to control the population.
Because if
how
it's
formed.
generally, like selective breeding, then okay. But if it's like based specifically on...
Chat says eugenics is the belief or practice of trying to improve the genetic characteristics of a human population by encouraging some people to have children and discouraging or preventing others from doing so. That sounds amazing. I don't...
See, that general definition doesn't sound bad. It becomes bad when people are like, oh, you're racist if you like go against a certain race. And it's like...
Well, see, no.
No,
Again, that's the problem with stupid people being in power.
Okay.
See, but if only intelligent people were in power, what the fuck do I care about the goddamn skin color of somebody? Because that does not affect anything. Okay, there's some things it affects, like fucking you might be more likely to have this disease or that disease. But, like, what does that really, in the long term, skin color is not the trait I'm fucking trying to maximize for. I'm trying to maximize for intelligence, disease resilience, strength, fucking, like, actually build a better human. But that has nothing, I could care less about your skin and fucking eye color and your goddamn height and your, weight plays a role into it with, like, genetic health, because if you have a propensity to be obese, then you're genetically less healthy. But, like, I'm trying to make the strongest, healthiest, most intelligent human. So those are the traits I would be looking for. I don't give a fuck if that person turns out to be fucking purple. Couldn't care less. My thing is just that fucking stupid people shouldn't be having children. I don't... Like, if your trait is you're fucking... For example, almost everyone who's, like, super abusive was abused.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know that gets passed down.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you want abusive people to have children? And then children to grow up in an abusive household, and then those children become abusive, and then the cycle continues. Hey, what if we just say, hey, you have fucking 6 domestic violence fucking offenses against you? Yeah, we're gonna just snip your testicles real quick.
I'm not completely disagreeing, but there is this whole wave of that's where the wrong definition of gentle parenting is being oversimplified to create this breaking trauma bond. Because I was hit as a child, so I don't hit my child. That is not gentle parenting. I'm not saying that's gentle parenting. But that's this whole...
I'll be honest, I don't think you should probably hit your kids, to be honest. Because in the real world, when do you ever get hit? I've never been hit in my life. And to be honest, I probably never will get hit in my life. Because why would anybody ever hit you? Like, why would you need to hit a child?
Yeah.
I've never needed to hit a grown adult in my entire life. So why would I need to hit a child? What is the fucking difference? I don't feel the need to hit a child. If my boss hit me, guess what? I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Well, that seems like...
Well, you want me to hit him back? No. That's not how that works in the real world.
Yeah.
If you hit somebody, guess what they do? Most times, they don't fucking hit you. They kill you.
Yeah.
If you hit somebody, say you whoop somebody's ass, guess what's going to happen? They're going to wait until you go home, and then when you fucking open your door, they're going to blast you in the fucking face with a shotgun. Because it's not an eye for an eye. You take my eye, I take your fucking life. It's not we get even. No, there is no fucking even. It's not over until one of you is dead.
Yeah.
Because I have to do more than what you did. So in what world would you teach a child it's okay to put their hands on somebody? What could they possibly have done that I need to hit them? There's like very, very, very few circumstances where I would hit a kid, and I still, like, when I was younger, I was like, yeah, if they called their mom a bitch. But in reality, if someone called you a bitch, I'm probably not going to hit them. Why? Because if I do hit them and they try and fight back, now I have to beat the fucking brakes off, and now I have to go to jail. So should I go to jail because this guy called my wife a bitch? Why do I care if he thinks you're a bitch? At the end of the day, because the two options are, I beat the fucking brakes off of him, cool, now I go to jail. So now you got called a bitch and I have to spend however long in jail, or you get called a bitch and we just keep walking. Now, if he keeps approaching me, now it's self-defense. If you keep fucking coming after us, cool, it's self-defense. Now I'll beat the fucking shit out of you. So yeah, I teach my kids martial arts, but I'm not going to fucking teach them that, oh, because you did something bad, I'm going to hit you. What? Why? That never happens in the real world. Your job as a parent is to prepare your kids for the real world. Why are you putting your hands on your children? It doesn't make any sense to me. There's no reason to put your hands on your children. I don't fucking necessarily agree with this gentle parenting shit because the world's not gentle. Yeah. That part I disagree with. It's to prepare them for the real world. So you should talk to them the way the real world's going to talk to them. Give them the real fucking shit. Don't be like, honey, we use soft hands. No, I'm gonna be like, hey, hit me again. I'm going to smack the fuck out of you. That was the first thing I said to Bodie. He was like 5 years old. And he hit me again, and I smacked the fuck out of him. And what'd he do? He cried to his mom. And what'd she do? Well, you shouldn't have hit him. Because what is she going to tell me? She's not going to say anything to me. Don't hit him. Well, I told him. You sat there and watched me tell him, if he hits me again, I'm going to smack the fuck out of him. Yeah. Now, that's the time I'd smack my kids. Because if you hit me, I have to hit you back. And that is the real world. But I'm never going to put my hands on you first. There should be no gentle parenting. Gentle is stupid. Because the world's not gentle. But at the same time, their life should mirror the real world. So you shouldn't just be putting their hand. Oh, you did something wrong. Your punishment is I'm gonna put my hands on you. That's not real life. Yeah. Real life is okay. There's jail. There's monetary punishments. There's, jail would be like timeout. Okay, timeout. You get into a car accident because you made a stupid decision to drink and drive. You might go to jail. If you don't go to jail, you're gonna lose money. You're going to lose your fucking car. So if you do something stupid, I take things away from you because that's real life.
I'm just picturing a toddler does something that would get them in trouble. And it's just like, nope, go to jail. So just jail for 5 minutes.
That's probably personally, that's probably the way I would talk about it. I would explain it in real world terms. And honestly, I would have predetermined outcomes based on what you did. Because so often in a parent-child relationship, there's these arbitrary fucking punishments. Yeah. And that's where you get into favoritism where you have multiple children. Yeah. Because it's just an arbitrary punishment. So you did this and I was in a good mood, so I didn't take it that bad. But you did this and I was in a bad mood, so now I'm fucking beat your ass. Yeah. Dude, you're taking this shit out on your kids. How about instead of that, every time they do something wrong, write down a punishment. And now you have a punishment. All you have to do is say, they can't even argue it. You did this. You already knew what the punishment was because the last time you did this, I punished you this way. I told you from now on, you do this is the punishment. They do it again, they get caught. They already know what's coming. Yeah. They already know. So they made the conscious decision that it was worth it. And shit, maybe it was. I don't fucking know. But they have to, because in the real world, you know what the punishment is. You could Google any crime. You know what the punishment is. Possession of cocaine, 5 years in jail. Is it worth it to possess cocaine to go to jail for 5 fucking years? No, not really, dude. So you're probably not gonna fucking possess cocaine. Also, in the real world, punishments are fucking harsh. So I'd probably be pretty harsh about my punishments with my kids. It would not be simple. And they're also not getting out of it because they scream and cry and do all this shit. Because too often you see parents where the kid starts screaming and crying and freaking out and they want out of timeout. And what they do, oh, I told you 10 minutes, it's been fucking 30 seconds and you're out. Yeah. No. You're not going to be a burden on me. I will lock you outside in a fucking doghouse before you fucking scream and bother me. I don't give a fuck. Go outside. I'll fucking tie you to a tree like a goddamn hippie. This is your time out. Like a hippie. You know when they tie themselves to a tree so they don't bulldoze a tree. I'm not fucking... Because I tell you this much. I'm not dealing with you screaming and crying. I'm not getting punished because you're in trouble. Get the fuck out. You can literally... I'll have a basement, but that sounds creepy as fuck. You
don't want a shame room? Is that what it was in the old houses? Well, technically that wasn't as a punishment. That was if they had a child who had some form of disability, usually. They had do you know what I'm talking about?
No, that sounds
Bro,
fucking terrible.
in like the old like colonial houses, people find hidden rooms, right? And it's like no
Harry
windows,
Potter
no
under the
doors,
stairs.
literally, or like an attic with like a hidden door or something, or like a basement with a hidden door, and it's literally just a room, no windows, no anything, and it's a shame room, and it's for like if they have a child with a disability, they go to the shame room because they don't want them like out.
They're not supposed to put them in the shame room. What you're supposed to do is when they're born, you leave them on the front porch, and then if they survive,
Sparta.
if they survive, you have to take them back.
It literally, they would have literally all died. They have to be fed every few hours.
No.
Mothers wake up in the middle of the night to breastfeed their newborns.
Listen.
At least twice, I think.
That's because society is soft, okay?
A newborn can only fit so much in their belly.
Do you understand how strong the Spartan genetics are? This is
so
why.
strong they died.
They didn't all die. I'm telling you right now. Because it wouldn't have been a practice. They would have been like, oh, that's too much. Look, the Spartan babies were so strong, they didn't even need... Look, they would just get up, newborn, get up, go find a cow. And
no kneecaps.
Grab the fucking udder and right in their mouth. And that's how they
No
survived.
fine motor skills, no strength to do that. Definitely.
When the mom tried to bring them back in the house because they survived, you know what the baby said? Fuck you, I don't need you. He just
can
rode
speak
off into...
within the first few hours of not being exposed to
He's
human language.
He's a fucking Spartan.
Okay.
What do you not understand? These aren't normal fucking human beings.
Jesus Christ.
He grabbed the cow udder, drank the milk. His mom tried to bring him back inside. No, fuck you. Now he's a giant 3 months later.
Oh, okay.
This is Goliath we're talking about. You understand? Now instead of fucking drinking the cow, he just eats the cow whole. This is what the Spartan babies were. This is why Sparta was so impressive. I'm telling you, if you have a kid with any disabilities, you just leave him at the fire station. You know, if you come back a month later and he's still alive.
At the fire station?
Not at the fire station.
They don't keep them at the fire station. You know that, right?
Listen,
they're not raising orphans at the fire station.
Listen, they do if it's a Spartan. You don't understand. The Spartans were so powerful. The Spartan baby would get up, and you know that little jester thing? And they start dancing. The baby will start doing tricks and performances for the firefighters. And then they'll keep him like a little leprechaun.
Were there traditional... I thought he was a Goliath. Now he's a leprechaun?
A Goliath? Goliath is the name of a giant.
Oh, that's biblical Goliath?
Yes. Anyways, look, the Spartan baby would just start doing tricks, start doing backflips for these firefighters. And then the firefighters keep him around like a... Not like a leprechaun, but like a jester. They put a little top hat on.
Were there traditional fire like houses in Sparta? Is that, or are you just?
I imagine it was more like they just called Goliath and he pissed on their house and put the fire out.
So he turned into the firehouse.
Yeah, he was the firehouse. He walked around with the cow, just on his shoulder, drinking it like a what's that backpack?
Camelback.
A camelback. It was a cowback. You know what I mean?
That's where it came from.
Yeah,
right.
he had a cow. Well, they, you know, everything's from China, so they don't really have cows over there. They have camels. It's really more of an Indian thing, but it didn't work with the whole everything's from India because everything's from China. Let's rephrase. Everything's from India, so you know they don't have cows over there. They have camels. So
I feel like they
turn the cow back into
probably
the camelback.
have something.
Yeah, I think they worship cows, to be honest. So they definitely have cows. But either way, it's a cowback. So he just walks around. He sees the fire, so he sucks on the little titty, drains the cow dry. That's how you get evaporated milk, by the way.
How? By him draining?
He drains it dry, and then the cow just evaporates, and now it's evaporated milk.
The whole cow evaporates.
Yeah, he needs a lot of milk, man. He's a big boy.
So,
he's a Spartan baby. He's 6
so
months
the
old.
Guts. This
don't you understand?
6 months old? He's still 6 months old?
Yes. Do you not understand? He's Spartan.
You're more confusing than Greek mythology.
Look, it's not that confusing. Look, what happens is the baby, you have a baby, boom. The baby comes out, he's got some type of deformity, you know, he's missing a hand. You go, oh, it's one of them. So you put him on the front porch, and if a month later he comes back holding a fucking cow, well, in a month he's about like riding a cow. If he comes back riding a cow in a month, you're like, we got another one, and now it's Goliath. You know, so now what you do, you put one of them big ass fucking chain necklaces on him, and you gotta fucking drag his ass out, because you know you don't want your fucking giants just wandering around. So you just keep him in the cow pasture. It's like those were the original guard dogs. Nobody's gonna attack a goddamn fucking cow when you have a fucking 12-foot goddamn giant running around. So then, about 3 months in, he can fucking, work out with the cows. He's bench pressing them and shit. About 6 months, he's just walking around with the cows like it's a backpack, a cow bag. And then they train him to be the firefighter, so he just pees on the houses. It stinks, but, puts the fire out. They tried to make him a bucket, but the bucket kept leaking because all they have is straw.
So their houses are also just made of straw?
No, their houses are made of human flesh of all the dead babies that didn't make it.
The ones that didn't turn into a Goliath?
Yeah. Most of them don't make it. It's like 1%.
Could imagine.
They had like 3 giants.
Yeah.
But then they kept trying it, and sometimes people would put out normal babies, and then see the problem with the normal babies is they kind of turn into these little fucking creeper things where they kind of like, they're just crawling around. And so then all of a sudden you would have like little like half deformed demon babies just crawling around on all fours everywhere.
So they were normal babies, but they turned into deformed.
Yeah, because sometimes what would happen is they'd leave them out, and then it would be a full moon, and then they'd bask in the moonlight, and then they'd absorb the moonlight, and it turned them into like a half demon like creeper, and so they'd kind of like crawl around.
Okay.
Those would happen.
So what about the normal babies that are not on a full moon?
No, they just die.
Oh, okay.
But see that, they were like the Native Americans. They used everything. So they would use the human skin to make their houses.
Obviously.
And they were so strong because, you ever heard of General Butt Naked?
Nope.
See, General Butt Naked used to eat the hearts of babies.
Wait, maybe. Are you talking about... This is a real thing.
This is a real story, yeah.
That's a real thing. General Butt Naked. He was talking... It was a
journalist. He got this from the Spartans because... So they would use everything, right? So they'd use the skin to make the houses, and then they would cook the rest of them. So they would eat the hearts, right? They also used to make the teeth necklaces. You know about those?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's multiple cultures have done teeth necklaces.
Yeah, so they would use their baby teeth as necklaces.
I don't know if cultures is the right word for that. But okay.
There's a lot of just babies around.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Except for America nowadays, apparently.
What about America?
Our baby decline.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a lot of babies. That's because you got a bunch of incels. I think we need to go back to the days of Sparta. That's how you get to real eugenics. They start putting the babies on the fucking front porch, and whichever one's strong enough to stand up and open the door and crawl back inside. The door they probably can't reach because it's kind of tall.
Yep. And they also can't move?
You just put a doggy door, actually.
Oh, okay.
That's what you do. If they can crawl through the doggy door...
It still doesn't change they can't hold their head up.
Well, if they're strong enough. I'm just saying, I think my genetics, that baby's making it back through the door. I think if I have a baby, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to set it on the ground and see what happens.
It's going to lay there.
If he gets up, he gets to live.
It's very sexist of you to say he.
Well, you don't do that to the women.
Oh, the women. This isn't the women.
Actually, to be fair, in Sparta, I'm pretty sure they treated the women just about the same.
I'm fairly certain it was pretty equal.
Worse. You know they used to butt rape little boys?
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the women were just used as, like, baby receptacles.
Receptacles?
I might could have said a cum dumpster, but they basically just had babies.
Yeah.
And then the little boys got, because the way it worked, actually, it kind of, well, let me not say it makes sense and then say some crazy shit, but it does kind of make sense in a, like, terrible way. But if you want to foster, like, a strong bond in your military.
Yeah, the older generals or whatever would purposely...
It was way worse than that. It would be... So it would start when you were like 5 years old. You would get a mentor, and your mentor would only be like 13.
Yeah.
And so your mentor would start by basically teaching you what the older guys were doing to him. And so he would basically train you and also fuck you. And so then he would also one of the things they would do is like isolate the weaker ones and bully them, and That way they would like fucking hate themselves and try and be stronger. There's a lot of eugenics, a lot. But I mean, it worked. I mean, natural selection is eugenics, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the society has gotten so soft that there is no more natural selection.
Yeah, we have so many tools.
Yeah, because
for
everything is to keep you alive, so there is no fucking natural selection. But then, so the 13-year-old boy would fuck the 5-year-old boy, and then the older adult would fuck the 13-year-old boy. It's not a good thing, but it does, technically, I mean, it worked. They were really strong and really compassionate about each other. I mean, they do that in fucking the Middle East with the fucking Sharia law and shit. You got fucking a bunch of 5-year-old boys running around with goddamn grown men. I don't really understand that whole concept. I don't know.
I don't know which part you're talking about.
What do you mean?
Like the Sharia law in relation to the older men running around with younger men. I understand what Sharia law is.
Maybe I'm confused. What is Sharia law?
I thought Sharia law was related to the husband and wife. Okay. The only thing I know about the Sharia law is what Caleb Hammer was reading to a Muslim couple, because he was like, we are Muslim. And he was like, oh, so you practice Sharia law? And then they were like, well, da-da-da-da. And he was like, cool, according to Sharia law, her say in finances is something like 25%, da-da-da-da. And also her saying that right then, you should have just hit her. And they're like, no. That's all I know about Sharia law.
Sharia law is a lot.
It's a lot?
Yeah, when I Googled it, it just says it has to do with the Quran, and it addresses many aspects of life: religious practices, personal behaviors, family matters, business and financial transactions, criminal law. It's a lot of shit.
So it is just a general outline aligned with the Quran, probably.
But what I was saying is, I don't really understand the whole attraction to children thing.
Oh. That's associated with Sharia law in your head?
Well, I know in the Middle East that they do sleep with younger children.
I mean, I know about, like, child brides, but... Child brides,
It's not part of Sharia law, it's something else.
Okay.
But it is common. The main way that Americans know about it is through the military. When you go over into the Middle East in the military, you'll see it all the time. There's also a lot of gay shit going on over there. Which is funny because it's all against their religion, but there's a bunch of gay shit going on over there. I feel like the more something is denied to you, the more you want to do it.
Yeah.
So like in countries where it's like super wrong to be gay, it's like you're actually gonna have like a lot of gay people. I mean, that's like most places. See, but then the problem is, I was gonna say, so most places that have drug problems are because you say no, you can't have the drug, and then you allow them to have the drug. But see, the thing is, when you just allow them to have the drugs, after already having the culture of saying no, it doesn't actually help because it's still ingrained in them, the whole, like, oh, I have to try this because nobody will ever let me try it. I do think after generations, it would eventually go back to normal. But if you say no for too long, you'll have a problem. And then if you immediately say yes, well, then you'll have the problem of it's still ingrained in them to no. And then after a few generations, it'll be like, oh, it's always been available to me. And also I've seen what it's done to other people, and I don't want to do it anyways.
I mean, I think we've seen that happen with cigarettes, and we're starting to see it with alcohol.
You would have seen it happen with cigarettes, but the fucking government doesn't care about us, so they let the fucking tobacco companies create e-cigarettes and market it to children.
That's true.
I look, you want to clip the part where I said all that shit about the Greek people. That was pretty funny.
You low-key want to clip it?
That was pretty good.
You want specifically your Greek, your Trojan mythology out there for people?
That was pretty good, I think.
Oh, okay.
That felt pretty good. How would you rate that on a scale of 1 to 10?
What is 10? Like the best story I've ever heard?
10 is like an amazing Tim Dillon rant. 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 10 is like an am
And one is like, I already forgot what you said. It wasn't memorable.
Sure.
Okay, then a 1. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If 5 is just average, I don't know, like an 8, 9. It was pretty interesting. I was pretty invested in it. I don't know what would have made it better, though. I don't have a specific suggestion.
You should clip it, send it to your members, and be like, "Is my husband funny?"
All 0 of my
Question
members.
mark? You don't have any members?
Mm-mm.
Didn't you make your membership free?
I literally couldn't. It's 99 cents.
Oh. Well,
My community, I also can't post videos in. It can only do.
you could create a new TikTok for just our clips.
Yeah, I thought about that. I
I
need
feel
to.
like that was the first good clip.
I don't know. I got a lot of interesting clips yesterday.
Oh, I did say the Tennessee thing.
I got a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, you could do a lot. It was just the Tennessee thing, was it not?
It's really fun listening to our conversations. I'm not gonna lie.
Did I say other
You
shit?
say, like, right now in conversations, you say things, and I'm used to them, so I'm just like, yeah, okay, makes sense. But then going back specifically looking for like content, I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? And not even like, but also specifically looking at it a content lens of not even being like the Trojan story is just interesting. It's like funny, haha, I'll put that for sure. But then there are certain things you say that are like not super controversial, but just scream clickbaity, and then you just explain it in such a way that I'm like, what the fuck?
The only thing I remember saying the other day was talking about having a bunch of kids to take over Tennessee, and then the fact that the Jews took over New Jersey, which is just true.
I don't know. I can show you what I saved.
Do you not remember it off the top of your head?
There were like 4 or 5 sections that. Okay, so I went through and I basically did timestamps of like this section's about this section's about this, da 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 da. But then within those sections for my personal notes, I have like a 30-second to a minute long like section where I'm like red flag question mark. And one of them is the New Jersey. One of them was you started to talk about eugenics because you were like, I think I'd only adopt an Asian girl. But then you changed topic quickly. And then another part was like you just casually being like, no, I despise training with you. And I had to be like, why?
Oh, I remember I said sometimes when I tell you to do something, you dislocate your elbow and throw it across the room.
That. Yeah. I really have to be.
All right.